Yo, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to another video of the Coast Guard Bears Dynasty. As you can see, recruiting-wise, we're still deal breakers, but we're doing a little bit better with some of them. But we're first on a lot of guys' boards at the moment. Now, if we could get a couple of them to start, signing with, that'd be pretty nice. But we still have an F championship contender, which is pretty rough. But we're doing better than Bowling Green, Central Michigan, Kid State. The teams that aren't very good, so we'll take it. This week we are playing 4-0 Buffalo on the road. That's not very exciting. Hopefully we can pull off a W, but I don't know. Cisco, we're holding on to hopefully get the championship contender up. We got 55 points this week. I'm not gonna put any points into him. I think I'm gonna put some more points into this athlete right here. I don't remember if I scouted him. It says he's a running back, but you never know. He could be something better. We're going to throw 25 points into him. And then right guard, I think I'm going to put more points into him because I kind of need some offensive linemen. It looks like I'm not going after a lot of defense, but I swear I am. I'm focused on the defense, guys. I promise. It's not like I'm just neglecting it entirely. We're gonna put 50 on to Mr. Clyde Barnes here, just because at this point we need some guys to start committing, and I think getting a defensive guy would be pretty helpful. But running backs wise, we're looking really good on our 5 stars. We need to bring them in on visits, but they're kind of all pretty far away. So I mean, Honolulu, Utah, and Florida, not very close to the northeast of the United States whatsoever. But you never know. We're gonna hop into this game. Buffalo's 4-0. They're 72 overall. They got some sick unis, but we also do for this away game. I think we're going to go with the Polar Bears. I don't know if I rocked this against Indiana. I might have, but we're going to rock it this week against Buffalo. It'd be cool if they came out in blackout unis. I could change that automatically myself, but not that invested, really. Just hoping to pull off a victory. They're in all blue. That's all right. Buffalo Stadium, I think, is the one that has the track around it, which is kind of strange for a college D1 FBS school, but sometimes it's nice. It can look pretty cool. Yeah, there it is. I did college 25. I did a little road to glory here, and I balled out. But so I have a weird connection to Buffalo, aka the school Khalil Mack went to. That's about all I really know him. There's another quarterback I think that went there and did all right, but I cannot remember his name at the moment. But to start the game, it's 72 degrees. It's a lot nicer weather. We're playing in the MAC. I think this is the first MACtion game. Well, we're not in the MAC, so that kind of is an irrelevant statement. But we play a lot of MAC teams, which, we're in that area, so it kind of makes sense. Hopefully, we'll go independent to MAC, and then we'll be able to go on to, like, the ACC. If I can get 3 seasons out of this before the next game comes out, we'll see about that one. With how the uploading goes, I'm not very consistent at the moment. So, but we're gonna lock in. We got Teague in the backfield. He's gonna get a nice gain of 8 yards. That's a good run for Teague. Like last week, we really struggled to get him doing anything. Scooter Page looks like he will be wide open here. I'm gonna quick snap it. He's wide open. Not the best throw by Jarvis, but it does get us a nice first down. It's kind of disappointing seeing how little of logo Buffalo has at the center of their field. If anybody who's watching this has ever been to a Buffalo Bulls game, please let me know how the environment goes. I would like to go to some Maction games in the future, because what's better than Maction on a Tuesday night games? Nothing's better. I'm actually going to look to. I was hoping that Teague would get out, but he didn't. He just kind of blocked a guy who didn't need to get blocked. So 3rd down and 19 now. I'm just going to run forwards again. I don't think we have anything else that can really get open. Safety looks like it's either cover 3 or cover 1 at the moment. Cover 1. B beat his man. I actually don't know who that is. It is Foreman. He's going to get a nice catch. He's actually going to outrun both of those guys. No, he's not. He's going to get tackled down at the 6. What a ball by Jarvis. Jarvis's deep ball is not that bad. I'm not going to lie. For being a mediocre quarterback at best, he can throw it pretty accurate down the field. That guy's offsides. Please snap the ball. Throw it to him wide open. That was a terrible throw, Jarvis. It doesn't matter. That was easy yards. We'll now have it at the 1 yard line, I think. What a play there, man. The DB was a bit lost, a bit confused. Didn't know where the line of scrimmage was, but we'll take it, man. First down and goal from the 3. It should have been a touchdown. I I'm actually going QB power. I don't know why it showed something else. Thankfully, as you can tell from the one guy in the top left, there's not much like stadium pulse. Jarvis is in the end zone for a touchdown. Not much stadium pulse here in Buffalo. I don't know how I feel about their stadium. I'm sorry I'm neglecting Jarvis's 1 or 3 yard touchdown, but the Coast Guard Bears driving down the field, 6 plays, 86 yards. Most of it came from like a seam route to Scooter Page and a deep ball to Foreman, but it works out. We got 7 points on the board to start the game. Hopefully we can beat this 4-0 team and get closer to making a bowl game, because I think if we get a bowl game, we can get a lot of our recruits, because we're first on them. It's just their championship contender stuff. But Taquan Roberson, having a good season so far, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks, nothing crazy. Hopefully we can force him to throw a couple more this game. I don't know Buffalo's offensive style, if they're run or pass heavy or balance, or what kind of they do. They're running a little mesh concept here. We're going to make a tackle, try to go for a strip, nothing happens. 2nd down 3. They are not a hurry-up team. That's nice, because we are not very good against hurry-up. I don't know if we've played, but I can just assume that if we played Tennessee, we'd be kind of fucked. I'm not going to lie. They'd bully us to the ground. Good breakup right there by the linebacker. Or, yeah, that was a linebacker on that play. Good play. 3rd down 3. We got him in short yardage. I'm actually going to bring a blitz here and hopefully get something off the edge. We do. The blitz worked. Number 16, Alexander Valentine, coming in on the blitz after the pass breakup. Oh, it's a strong safety. My bad, Valentine. I'll put some respect on your name. Happy Valentine's Day. Speaking of, he knows that the holiday just got celebrated, so he's put on the game of his life. And we're appreciative of it. We're going to get a nice little punt return down to the 42 here. I am going to go into our classic wishbone offense, run some triple option. I don't know how good Buffalo's defensive line is, but hopefully we can take advantage in some aspects. We're going to hand this off up the middle. Get a nice run for about 3. Fullback, he looked a little shifty. I'm not going to lie. Jackson Gregory, we love that guy. We're going to run some play action, but without the play action, because play action in any sort of formation similar to this, you get sacked immediately. We're going to throw it to Teague over the middle. He's going to get about 10 yards, I think, 13 on that one, and then that'll give us a 1st down. We're moving the ball pretty efficiently. It's weird being like a 57 overall and actually being effective on offense. I've had better teams that are somehow worse. Not great blocks there by Strickland. Not the best play. We're going to go into the I-form. Basic little, we might be a military school who mostly runs some wishbone and stuff, but we'll go to some 1950s, not 50s, definitely not 50s, 1980s football. I don't think it was 80s. I don't remember when the I-form became relevant. I think it was Nebraska who did it, so whenever they were good, probably in the 90s, realistically. Even then, we're going to step up with Jarvis, take off here, try to get a block. Didn't really work. 4th down and 5. They said punt. I'm not going to punt it from the 36-yard line, even though that would maybe give us some pretty nice field position. You just don't do it, man. We're going to put Foreman on a slant here, and hopefully he'll be open. We're going to throw it. It gets batted down. Not a great play. Great play by the defensive lineman there to get his hand up. But that is unfortunate that we weren't able to do anything. Still, I think it was better than punting. At least then we had a shot. They're going to run an RPO here. Can we make a tackle? Great wrap-up. I think that wasn't Valentine, that play. But that was a nice tackle. We were doing pretty good so far defensively. Still the first quarter with 1.5 minutes left. They're going to bring a man in motion to the left side. They're probably going to throw it to him. They are. It's kind of delayed. And we're there. We swarm to the football. 3rd down 7. Can we force another 3 and out? That is a great question. I don't want to bring a blitz here. I feel like that they can get a guy open. They're going to run some zone. We're going to cover our guys. He's going to chuck it deep. Can we make a play? Nope. Over the top. My goodness. They just bombed it over us deep. Taquan Roberson with a great ball downfield. We just got cooked over top. We had to cover 3. He beat between both of our guys, but I think even if we played man, we were getting cooked on that play. We do not have many athletic or fast DBs back there to guard anybody who probably has like 90 speed. Hell, that guy may have had 88 speed, but had a good release, and that's enough. Nice little return here. 7-7. Considering they're 4-0, I'll take it. It could be a lot worse. I'm not going to lie. We've had a lot worse games. We're going to hand this off to Strickland. Hopefully he gets some nice blocks. It was okay. 2nd down and 7. We're going to go slant out trails. I don't think I've ever ran this play. It looks quite interesting. I'm very intrigued by it. We'll see. Foreman beats his man, but Jarvis misses the throw over top of him. Can't miss that one, man. That's wide open. That's what we're looking for. It's just you can't miss that. I'm trying to. They got a little bit of stadium pulse. I'm trying to put McLaurin on a something to push him above the line of scrimmage because he would have been open if I'd done that, but he decided to not listen to the audible. He just said, "No, man, I don't want to run that far," you know. So we're gonna go for it again on fucking 4th down and 1. I think I'm just gonna honestly hand this one off up the middle. Oh, and we did not get there. That was another terrible play call. I'm playing like Dan Campbell without Ben Johnson at the moment, not getting any 4th down conversions. But defense, they can hopefully step up. You know, they're running the ball a lot. We forced 2 3rd downs and then stopped them on once and then got cooked on another, so I don't know how that happened. But it's okay. I still believe that was just an unlucky 4 and out, really. We probably should have punted, but I felt like at 4th and 1, we kind of just have to go for it. That guy's just spinning, doing a bunch of random stuff, and somehow it's working. He got 2 dudes. He broke 2 dudes' ankles on that spin move. That's kind of insane. I'm actually going to play Solomon here and try to come off the edge. And I'm going to get there for the user sack to end the first quarter. What a play. We got 2 sacks, both by the safeties. No one else is getting to the quarterback, but on these blitzes, it's working quite well. And that will end the first quarter. It is 7-7. Coast Guard's putting up a fight so far. We like to see that. Offensively, started really good. Now we're kind of struggling. Jarvis he's doing all right. He missed that one throw on 3rd down or 2nd down that would have been wide open, and he's not playing too bad. Offensively, it's just it's gone by really fast. We're doing a lot and a little at the same time. I don't know how to explain it besides that exactly. We're going to go into a nice little 3-3 mint nickel formation. They're totally passing it here. I'm hoping that I'm going to use their Freeman and hopefully just not get cooked over the middle in some way. But you never know. They're just going to run 4 verts up the middle. They're going to throw it, and we're going to bat it down. Should have been a pick. Valentine didn't make the play. They're actually going to go for this. Oh, I thought it was 4th down. I don't know why I did. But they are 3rd down 15. That should have been a pick on the last play. That would have been really nice. But it's okay. We're going to get a stop here. They're going to run a little thing here. We're on that. Just tackle him. Great hit by Freeman to knock him down after a gain of 5. And we are going to hold them to a 4th down and 10. Now, this kick is kind of hard. Maybe. Hopefully he shanks it to the right. We'll see. Or we could block it. You never know. We're not going to block it, and he's going to drill it. So both things I said did not happen. That was a great stop by the defense, though. Considering that they had it at like the 30, getting just a field goal out of that, that's exactly what we want when the offense can't be very successful. We need a faster kick returner back there. If I was able to quickly hit the edge, that was gone for some yardage for sure. Maybe I'm just shouldn't be running the triple option, but we're not going to leave it. We believe. We're going to keep this with Jarvis, and then we're going to cut this up the middle. He is going to get about 9 yards. I was tempted to pitch it, but there was no benefit in pitching that whatsoever. We probably would have lost more yards. We're going to run a little read option here. Hand this one off to Teague, who's going to get a nice block up the middle. Great blocks. There's a flag. It's most likely blocking the back or holding. It's on page. It's probably blocking the back. Nope. Yeah, blocking the back. So hopefully still 1st down. It is just not at the 45, at the 25. So come on, Scooter, man. You're supposed to be the gritty blocker receiver, man. You can't be blocking in the back like that. I know you just want to hit a guy, but come on. Nothing's open. I shouldn't have thrown that. Please make a play. That was a terrible play call. I'm not gonna lie. They ran the perfect coverage. I probably should have changed it. 2nd down and 10. We are gonna go. I'm gonna run something out of the pistol here. I think this is a good play. Triple option out of the pistol to Gregory on the pitch is not my ideal look, but we'll see what we can pull. We're gonna keep this one. Pitch it out to Gregory, who's not very fast, and he is gonna lose 1 yard. So 3rd down and 11 after the big play gets called back for a block in the back by Scooter Page. not what you like to see whatsoever. We're going to put him on a Texas or wheel route. I do not want him on a wheel route. Can we put him on a Texas? Strickland, I will put on a, I feel like on a wheel would actually be quite open if we're lucky. We'll see what we can find. I'm going to roll out with Jarvis off rip. I don't really see anything. We're just going to chuck that up. It's going to be incomplete. We're going to actually punt this one away. 4th down, 11. Not confident in going for this one. 16-mile winds per hour. 16-mile-per-hour winds behind us. Jesus, can't speak for much. Let's see if our kicker can get a nice boot off. Not bad. That wasn't full power, so can't blame him too bad. But no one's really down there. He reached for it, but way to flip the field. They're at the 38-yard line, considering we were at the 25. We'll take it. I feel a run's coming this play. Something tells me, or an RPO. Nope, they're going to play action. We're going to sit right there. Can we make a play? We cannot. There is a flag. We're just going to have to hope it's holding. It's probably on us. It's holding. We'll take that. Bailout of the century, number 7. You know, we got unlucky on our play. They just get a touchdown called back. It's the equivalent. Blitz was not a good play there. I don't know. I'm going to run it again because I think that they're going to run the ball here. We're going to shoot the gap, and they ran it to the other side. They're going to get all those yards back and a first down as well. And now they're running hurry up. So they got the momentum. They're running away with it. Not a good sign at the moment. I feel an RPO coming at some point, but we will try to. They might just run the ball on us. I'm not going to lie. They're like, oh, we can do it. They're going to get a nice run here of about 3 yards. Nothing crazy. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the half. If we can get at least another stop or just hold them to a field goal and hopefully go down the field, that would be nice. I tried to play the RPO, and that was a big mistake apparently. Their running backs gashing us up the middle for a big run of about 25 yards. So defense is kind of folding in on itself at the moment. I'm not going to lie. I feel like this is probably mesh. QB power with a speed option behind him. That was an interesting play call. They still didn't lose any yards somehow, but we will take the stop. 2nd down, 15. Almost a 2-minute warning, which is one of the stupidest things added to college football in my opinion, at least at halftime. I played inside. That was a mistake by me. Cornerback makes a great tackle, and now their running back is hurt. So that's kind of a good sign for us. Hopefully that will slow down their running game because this drive it was kind of kicking our ass. I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna bring a guy in motion. I'm feeling another RPO here. I'm on that, but I get blocked by the tight end. Really good block by their tight end there to make sure I can't get to it. I knew the play. We couldn't get off a block. If we could have, that was a pick 6. I'm not gonna lie. I had full confidence in taking that to the crib, but it didn't work. They're gonna run it up the middle. Big number 97. Damn, he just got kicked in the face. That's why he's hurt. Octavius Terrell gets hurt on that play. I should probably get out of nickel, but I don't know. I feel like they're just kind of killing us either way. We're going to rush the quarterback. I got stuck on somebody. Good play by the DB there to break up the pass. We're going to get out of the nickel formation going into a 4-2-5. 4-2-5 under, I think, is more of kind of what we're looking for at the moment. But We're gonna get a stop, I believe. 1:50 remaining. They're gonna throw something over the middle. How did he hold on to that, man? We tried to do a big hit, but it kind of like he just glitched into the not glitched into it, but like there was no way he was dropping it, and it was like as soon as he touched it, it was a touchdown. So we are gonna go down 17-7. I believe we got ball first too. So even if we score at the end of this half, they get the ball back, which is very unfortunate. We do need to get something going, though, offensively. I need to put somebody else back there besides Buford because they're not kicking it deep. So we're actually returning it, but we're not returning it for really anything. We're going to have to try to maybe throw the ball a little bit here, see what we can pull out of our ass. We kind of only really are good throwing the ball deep so far, so we're seeing if we can beat a guy over top. Nothing there. We're going to throw it to Scooter Page, who has a lane up the middle. He's going to get a big chunk of yards there. Nice catch by Scooter Page. I think that was about 20 yards, so he has 2 catches for about 20 yards each, which is excellent. 1:39 remaining. We're not moving very fast. We got Foreman on his best route in his arsenal. We're going to throw a check down, and our tight end gets absolutely fucking lit up. He gets, my bad, threw an absolute death pass to that guy. That's on me, man. Was that a tight end, or was it? That was Scooter. Scooter got lit up. That's kind of what he's there for. We're going to throw a check down here. Hopefully it's not picked. Jarvis misses entirely. I guess that's kind of a good miss. Missing high when there's a chance that that's going to be picked is, we'll take it. We're going to put him on just peaks on just a kind of a clearing route. We're going to throw to Foreman. Hopefully he catches it. He does, maintains the catch. No yak, but that is a first down. Good ball by Jarvis there. We're going to run a little triple option, bringing Scooter Page into, I don't think it's motion, but we're going to keep it. And then take it with Jarvis. Pitch it late to Scooter for a little gain. Extra yards, about 9 yards on that play. That was a pretty good play. I like that. I almost would favor it, but I don't really want to waste time doing that, as I take longer to just fucking pick a play. We're going to put Strickland on a wheel route. I feel like something will be open there. Nope, but we will try to throw across, not a cross body, kind of a cross body to a Williamson with a great throw, great catch, getting open on a slant route that came crossing. Threw that super late, but we'll take it. I'm going to put Teague on a little out route, and hopefully he'll clear out. He does. He beats his man. And hopefully he'll get even more yards. Try to get out of bounds here. Junior Poiser. I think that was the guy that hit him. No, that was just a DT. But we are driving pretty well. I don't want to leave a lot of time left for them to drive down the field, because I feel like they would be quite good at that. We're going to hand this off to Strickland. Drain some clock here. I'm actually not too concerned, because we got our 2 timeouts still, so I think that we can get something. We might go into the pistol. 27 seconds remaining. Even if we just get a field goal out of this, that's not ideal, but we'll take what we can get. We'll throw the slant route. Gets caught. 3rd down goal, we'll call a timeout just so we don't have to rush anything. Shovel option, double. I kind of want to come back to that play, not going to lie. But I think right now, just kind of speed option would be quite nice if we just go into like the gun with a 1-back set speed option to the right or something. I'm actually going to go QB zone here. I think it might be, well, yeah, we'll go QB zone. We got 4 seconds on the play clock. We just got to snap it. Snap it, Jarvis. Cut that back in, and he is going to reach. He got in there. That was stupid. He definitely got in there. We're going to just go QB sneak up the middle and hope that we don't get stuffed. They are playing this quite well. Can Jarvis get in for their second touchdown of the game? He's going to run it, and he's going to lean forward. That's another Coast Guard Bears touchdown. Jarvis in the end zone once again. That was I think he got in on the previous play, but 7 rushes, 14 yards, 2 touchdowns, not bad. Coast Guard Bears answer back after being dead for like 3 straight drives and allowing a couple points. But to end the half, hopefully, with nothing else crazy happening, we will go into halftime 14-17 against the 4-0 Buffalo Bulls, who are about 20 overalls better than us. 20-15. I can't remember what our exact overall is. Most likely just going to be a run to end the half here. Hopefully we can make a tackle. We can. They're not going to call a timeout. And that will be the last play of the half. So going into halftime, like I just repeated myself, 14-17. We can clutch this game up. We get one good stop on defense. I believe that we can just kind of Josiah Gathings is, he's gaping us, you know. He's opening, he's gaping, he's finding all the holes, you know. I'm so tempted to onside kick this, but that would just be a really bad decision. We're just gonna kick this deep. I think that to end the game, we'll have 60-mile-per-hour winds behind us. If I didn't really look, so I'm not 100% sure. But if we can have 60-mile winds behind us for the end of the game, that would give us a lot of support in case it comes down to a field goal. Bring a guy in motion. They're going to toss it to him. We're going to seal the edge here. Great play by the DB to step up, or the safety. I don't remember which one that was. But able to steal the edge. Linebacker gets there to make a tackle. So that was good, solid defense. 2nd down and 10. This is what happens when you play football the right way. They're going to just run 4 verts. We're going to sit on the check down. He is launching that up. We're just going to play for the SWAT, and it's going to get not picked. Claiborne, man. Or I think it's Bubba Vay Claiborne, right? Van Claiborne. He should have had a pick there. There's 2 picks that we should have had. Great play by the DBs to swat it up and give our guys a chance, but not going to go anywhere. They're going to run a slant and a fucking Don't know how that was a tackle. They just run stick on us, and somehow that guy got pushed so far inside that he was open. That was insane. Not going to lie. That's upsetting. But maybe he just adjusted his route. You know, he saw the open space. We're going to play good zone coverage here, hopefully. He's going to throw the check down. Yep, we're on that. Great tackle. Second down 9. We're pretty good on first and second down. I'm not going to lie, but we got to be able to make stops on third down. That's the reason we're losing the game at the moment. And because we can't convert on fourth downs on offense. They're going to throw a corner route. Their dudes are catching everything. I'm not going to lie. I was there. I could have made the play, but I think our guy was a bit too slow. If I was on maybe a safety there, I think that's possibly intercepted. Quarterback's getting lucky. They're going to run a fullback dive to somebody who is obviously not a fullback. I'm assuming that's their tight end. That's a really skinny tight end. I'm not going to lie. That's their backup tight end, so I guess that kind of makes sense, but that was still kind of strange. We're going to actually shift over in case this is a run. They're going to bring a guy in motion. They're going to run it right up the middle, right where I was supposed to be. I fell for the motion. They've gone to it too many times, and I fell for it. So not a good look on me as the user, but first down and 10. They are in the red zone. I think they were already in the red zone. I'm not sure. But we are going to hopefully play this pretty well. We're there. Safety can't make the tackle, but Van Claiborne is able to wrap him up from behind without using his arms. One of the stupidest animations in the game, not going to lie, but we'll take it to our advantage at the moment. We're going to run an RPO screen, throws in the dirt, third down and 9. Love to see that. If we can really hold them to a field goal, that would be super, super helpful. I think I'm going to pull out the mid-blitz cheese against the CPU at the moment and hope to God our guys don't get cooked. I might actually bring this guy over here for maybe some extra support and not blitz Freeman. Just kind of back up. He's throwing a curl route, and he's going to run. Can we get there? I played that terrible. Quarterback walks into the end zone. How did we get no pressure, man? We brought the meta blitz, and he had time in the pocket. That was insane. Just no pressure whatsoever. And they're going to go up 24-14 with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's actually a really good game. If offense can at least answer so we're not down by 2 scores going into the fourth, that would be very helpful. We're going to get some decent blocks on the edge here, but can't outrun that guy. Gets to the 25, just the same as just taking it in the end zone. That's what she said. Title of my sex tape. You know, all the things. I kind of want to put Strickland. I know this might be a bad idea, but Strickland on a wheel route here is kind of intriguing to me. Nope, nothing's there. Can our guy make a catch? No, he can't. Okay, second and 10. That was a bad play call. I'm just kind of throwing shit out there when I'm down by 10. Not the smartest decision in general when we need to win games. But we're going to run a little zig route to Peaks here. He's going to catch it, get upfield. Peaks is kind of fast. I would almost like him as our kick returner. I feel like he's got some speed to him. We're going to run a little speed option. Strickland's in, thankfully. Actually, I think I'm going to run here and then put Strickland on like a swing. And hopefully one of our guys on the outside beats his man like Williamson just did. What a ball by Jarvis. Please make that ball catch. That was an absolute dime. Jarvis, man, under pressure, takes a hit in the backfield, but throws an absolute dime about 40, 50 yards downfield. And let's see if he can keep this one and get some yards. No, that DT bullies our guy. I think we would have gained maybe a yard if we handed it off. I don't think it was much better. We are going to run a little drive concept across the middle. Williamson beat his man, but the safety's playing there. Not a great ball by Jarvis there. I bet he's got some wear and tear going right now. Yeah, he does. So, not ideal for your starting quarterback, but he's gotten hit a lot, so I can't be too mad at him at the moment. Strickland is our main read. We're just going to throw this. Hopefully he catches it. First down. What a catch by Strickland in traffic. A lot of on both teams. Both guys are catching the ball, actually, quite efficiently for probably lower overall dudes. We're going to put Strickland on out route. He's wide open. Just the check down. Can he get to the end zone? We're going to hurdle. It didn't let me hurdle. Jesus Christ. The offensive lineman gets hurt. Not good. But we are going to run a speed option to the left here. Hopefully we can get something. We'll be open. We're going to pitch this just hopefully and try to push forward. Strickland's not going to get there. Second down and goal. We're just going to put the backup in. It's going to put somebody in. I don't know who, but it's fine. We're going to run a little, I think flexbone trips might be flexbone slot. A little flexbone triple option slot to the right side. Let's see if we can get something here. We're going to actually hand this one up to the fullback, and that's another touchdown. All 3 touchdowns have been within about 5 yards. So, but Jackson Gregory, the fullback, gets into the end zone. I think he has a couple touchdowns on the season. I think at least 3 maybe. But it is now 21-24. Another great drive by the offense to make up for the defensive struggles so far. But 21-24, still a one-score game with a minute remaining in the third. Great kick. That makes me think that we have the win behind us at the moment and not like in the second half. So can't speak. Fourth quarter. My bad. Barn burner here. They're going to bring a guy in motion. I'm not biting. I should have bit. No outside contain there and a missed tackle. Oh my God, can we please make a tackle there? He's broken like 4. Are you kidding me? How big is this dude? There's no way he's breaking that many tackles. I mean, he's a dog, obviously, but goddamn. That was so many tackles for a guy that doesn't look very big and is probably not the highest of overall players. Valentine tried to seal the edge, and he cuts it right back in the middle for a gain of fucking 13. My gosh. The defense is crumbling at the moment. We just need one stop or at least hold them to a field goal to have a chance, but they are just running all over us. Great tackle by Valentine to stuff that guy in his tracks. I don't know how he just did that. We've been struggling all day tackling so far, but yeah, he can just stand that guy up no matter what. Okay, fuck it. That's going to be open probably. Great play by fucking Freeman to force. That was an injury timeout. Chase Freeman. That was a great play to dive in there and, make a play. I think he may have been the one that got hurt here, which sucks, but it's okay. 3rd down and 11. Can we please get a stop? Covering over the middle just in case. And they're going to bomb us deep once again. Oh, my God. Number 0. Chase Freeman, yeah, he got hurt. Bruised knee. We'll just put the backup in. What a bomb. Taquan Roberson's dotting us up at the moment. No interceptions, no mess-ups by him so far. But they're able to throw that bitch deep. We have deep zones, I feel like, and it just doesn't work. So I really don't know how we're going to stop them unless we can force, some sort of turnover. How did we do it the first, drive or 2? I don't know, but we'll see what we can do here. Try to get a good return. Gets to about the 21. 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We got a barn burner, folks. We're gonna run a little PA boot out of the pistol here. I hate Foreman's route, but I think it's just more of a distraction at this point. We're gonna run a little play action, step up, just toss it, and take the incompletion at that point. We may have gotten a couple yards if I kept it, but my quarterback's injured enough that I kind of don't want to run it with him. It looks like it's either cover 3 or cover, some sort of zone coverage. And Williamson beats his man again. Can we make a good throw there? Jarvis does, and he's going to cook his man. 3-on-3 crime. 296 through the air so far for Jarvis. He is playing excellent. And that will be the last play of the third quarter. 21-31. Buffalo Bulls on top of the Coast Guard Bears. Not very patriotic by them. But Xavier Jarvis, airing that bitch out. We only have 32 yards on the ground, but 296 through the air is kind of insane because that's not how I thought this team would play. But weirdly, putting the sophomore quarterback in instead of I think it's David DePool is the other guy. He's playing out of his mind. I'm not gonna lie, and it's really impressive. I really hope we can keep this here. We do. We're gonna pitch this late to Teague, who has some space. He's not very fast, but can he outrun this guy? Not really, but he gets to the 14-yard line. Another guy gets hurt on the offensive line. We are out of shape or something, man. This is terrible. Terrible just to see. We're going to run a little RPO here. Maybe Scooter Page will be open. He will not. We're going to hand this off to Teague, who's going to get some nice blocks downfield and going to go right into the end zone. We got all of our yards through the air, but we have 4 rushing touchdowns. Great run by Teague. Great blocks overall. Keon Robertson, you just made a good play, it looked like, so you can stay in the game. We're going to make it a 3-score game. Or not 3-point game. 3-score game we would have been simming already. But 3-point game, defense. Can we make a stop, for the love of God? Amazing game so far, coming down to the wire it looks like, but we need some sort of turnover. Great play by the defense. Strickland, great play on the kickoff team. Tackles him at the 11. Chase Freeman is back in the game. I don't want him back in the game. He needs to be out of the game. He's dying on the field, and for some reason we're like, yeah, but that guy needs to be out there. And he's going to make a tackle for a loss. Never mind. Let me shut my mouth. The guy with a bruised knee is our best tackler at the moment. I say that. But still, great play for a guy who's injured. They're gonna run a little speed option again. Great play to tackle the quarterback, third 10. He kind of glitched out a little bit. Don't know what that was all about. I genuinely don't want to get bombed again, but I also know that they can throw some. They can do anything, and that's scary because they've been doing whatever they wanted so far. If we can maybe get some pressure here, back up. That guy's wide open. I knew he was going to throw there, and we just can't make the tackle in time. I was on the deal. If I was Van Claiborne, I bet I would have been there. I don't know why I was trying to play as a D lineman. It backed me off, and then it was like, no, you can't actually back off, and then constantly engaged me. Not a good play. Bubba Van Claiborne gets the tackle. First and second down, man. We're insane on first and second down, but we cannot not make a play when it really matters on the big play downs, you know. We're not built like that at the moment. But they're going to run up the middle, handoff. Can we make a tackle? We do. Third down and long once again. I don't think they've really had a third down and short, but they have some. I don't remember last time we made a stop on third down. I really don't. Whenever the last time they kicked a field goal, like 3 touchdowns ago. They're going to run a halfback draw, and we make a play. Thank God they didn't. I don't know what their OC was thinking, not throwing the ball. You've been excellent throwing the ball, and he just decided to try to run clock, I guess. But it was a terrible play. Terrible decision by him, and hopefully offense can clutch up and get something going. We're going to get a nice little punt return here. I think maybe taking it out to the left would have maybe been better. I'm not too sure. I'm shitting on their OC for running the ball, but I'm going to try to run the ball a little bit. We'll see how it goes. We've done all right running the ball so far. Not a lot of yards, but we're in the red zone at least. We're going to go straight back to the shotgun, man. Jarvis is having the game of his life. It's excellent at the moment, so I don't want to just kill the mood, you know. Scooter Page, he's doing his little check down. Teague, we're going to get a holding call here, I bet, so I'm just going to throw this way. Jarvis still gets hit. Not a big fan of that. Yep, holding on number 73. Kind of hope they accept that so it's not third down off rip, but they do. They do. Second down, 19. That at least gives us 2 more plays to maybe get some more yards. I don't really want to run the exact same play, but this play, we're going to flip this. Never mind. We cannot flip it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Everybody's decided to flip. It looks like it's cover 3, which makes me think Strickland might be open here. We're going to put Scooter Page into motion. And great ball by Jarvis, but Strickland, oh my God, he watched it hit the ground. That was an amazing ball in a tight spot, and that guy Strickland just drops it, man. You're supposed to be the receiving back, brother. I don't know how you did that, but oh well. We're going to put him on, or McLaugher on, nope, I want to block him and then put Strickland on a seam to kind of take his route, so. Oh my God, Scooter Page coming up clutch, and Jarvis misses it again. I think I have to punt, right? I can't just give it to him at the 29. 60 mile per hour winds against us. So he's going to have to boot this bitch. We're going to put it to the side. Great kick, honestly. Can our guy get there to make a play? He does. And they flip the field entirely. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. We got to get a stop on defense. We got 1, and then the offense just couldn't do anything. Because 2 mishaps. A holding call, a dropped on a third down and long, and then a fourth down, or second down and long, and then third down just missing the throw. That was one of the worst drives that was just on us kind of thing, you know. They didn't really do much. They gave us stuff, and we just couldn't execute. Can we make a tackle here? Linebackers, Claiborne and Freeman have played the games of their lives as well. It's been a really good game overall as a team, but we have just, defensively, we can't make stops on third downs, and we're struggling when it matters most. Like when you get the ball back with 3 minutes left and you can't get a first down. It's pretty bad. We're going to get nice outside containment, and that's going to give us 4th down 11. I'm actually not going to call a timeout here. I'd rather have all 3 timeouts for the game-winning drive. That's probably a dumb idea, I know, but being able to just call one whenever is, I feel like, more important than having an extra 50 seconds with no timeout. We're going to get a nice punt return here. Minute 14, 3 timeouts. we've played awesome so far, guys. We got to be able to clutch up when it matters most. At least get in field goal range. We have all the wind against us, which is quite unfortunate at the moment, but we'll see what we can do. That's not who I meant to throw to, but it is a catch. We will take it. We're in a little hurry up here with a minute, almost less than a minute remaining. We're going to snap this one fast. Throw it again to him. That's not the best ball. He drops it. Okay, 3rd down 4 with a minute remaining. We'll take it. I'm gonna call 4 verts, but that is not the actual play call here. We're gonna put him here, him on a, not that. We want kind of more of just a short cross. Actually, might be ideal, and then we'll put him on that. Okay. I think something could be open here. We're gonna throw it to Strickland, who's gonna get just short, 4th down and 2. Goodness, and coach wants to go into the wing tee. Let's see what we got, man. Wing tee. I don't feel comfortable in this shit at all. Triple option. We're gonna see. We're in the pistol now. This actually makes me feel a bit more comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna hand this bitch off to Teague, who's gonna get a hole up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets a big 1st down there, and they get a guy who gets hurt, and that stops the clock for us. What a play call! Switch it. I think if we had ran the original wing tee triple option, we were fucked. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing's here. And we can't get the ball out. That's a timeout. I tried to throw it just away or just in general so we didn't get sacked, but did not, and that's on me. We're going to try to run this here. Hopefully somebody will be open. Nobody's looking open. We're going to throw it to the tight end who does not make a play. 3rd down and 23. Dear Lord. Jarvis he's dying back there. I'm not going to lie. He's injured. He's played the game of his life, but he's struggling at the moment. Scooter Page, we're going to throw an absolute seam, and he misses it again. Oh, Lord. 4th down and 23. If we don't get this, the game's over. It really is. I don't know. I like the play. I think we have to maybe put his route deeper kind of thing. And maybe put him on a seam or something. No. Okay, fuck it. Let's see what's open. We got time in the pocket. We're going to just throw it, and he gets hit. And that's going to be the game, most likely. They're just going to kneel it. We had a chance twice on offense, and we shot ourselves in the foot. Couldn't do anything. Jarvis, though it was his best game, missed a lot of throws. And that will be the end of the game. Hard fought battle by your Coast Guard Bears. But we are going to fall up short. 31-28. I don't think I like, even if I had timeouts, it wasn't a time issue. We just couldn't get the ball moving when we needed to, and we couldn't make stops on defense besides the last 2 drives when we needed to. Good game though, it really was. Offensively, Roberson did amazing. Offensively, 17 for 32, a lot of misses, 53%, but 304 through the air. Not the best game. Not perfect by any means necessary, but for Xavier Jarvis, but he played good for 73 overall. He's going to miss throws, but he also had 9 rushes for -3, but that was because of sacks, obviously, but 2 touchdowns on the ground. Teague, he stepped up, 6 for rushes, 48 yards, a touchdown, and then Jackson Gregory had a touchdown on the ground as well. Strickland didn't have the best game, and Scooter Page had 1 rush for 9 yards. Scooter Page, through the air, obviously, was really well. Demetrius Williamson, still the best receiver on the team, 5 catches, 114 yards. Strickland had 3 for 26 and a huge, huge drop. That one was kind of unforgivable, I'm not going to lie. But Cameron Teague had 2 for 29. Foreman had 1 big catch, 2 for 74. Peaks had 2 for 12. Scooter Page could have had like 100 yards easily if Jarvis could have connected on some of those seam routes, but he missed, so 2 catches, only 43 yards. And McLawyer had 1 for 6 and didn't really do anything. And then Gregory had a drop as well, but I don't even remember when that happened, so I'm not going to lie. Did get sacked. Blake Sutton allowed 2 sacks. I feel like that's probably kind of accurate to how many times we got sacked, so I'm not sure. Defensively, we did have 2 sacks, both by the safeties, Valentine and Solomon. A lot of tackles for loss. Bubba Van Claiborne had an amazing game, 9 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, with no interceptions, no fumbles. I think he led tackles, and then Solomon, the safeties played amazing. So did Chase Freeman, but we just couldn't make stops on defense. Didn't kick the ball once. Overall, we allowed a lot of yards through the air, but we had more offensive yards. It just, I mean, their yards per play were 6.8, so they were moving the ball. They were 7 for 11 on third down, and we were 4 for 11, and we were also 2 for 5 on fourth down. So that's why you lose the game. It really is. And I mean, we were four touchdowns in the red zone. So as long as we got to the red zone, we played really well. But we're gonna fall to 2-3 on the season. Still early, so not the worst. But that's a game you kind of hope to win with harder games in the future. But anyways, thank y'all boys for tuning in to this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Hopefully I can get another video out within the next week. That would be pretty nice. But Coast Guard Bears, man. It's fun to record, so hopefully I can post some more. And we'll also get some more content out just in general. But appreciate y'all boys for watching. I love you so much. Make sure to stay handsome. Stay tuned, like the video, subscribe, and most importantly, stay handsome. Deuces.